And today, Roxanne and I have for you guys the 93rd episode of the AstoundCast. Wow. So yeah, 93, 7 more to go to the big 100, and I think I've got a sneeze. Nope, we're good. We're good for now.
Don't worry, we need to think of something for the 100th one. Like getting you a
Yeah, we do need to think of something. But yeah, that sneeze will probably strike me at some point during the stream, so prepare your eardrums for that.
Yep.
Anyway, how have you been doing this week?
Not too bad. Getting like preparations sorted for my graduation so I don't look like a complete wreck. So got a haircut now, and today
Oh, hell yeah.
And today I've just got my new glasses after having them tested last week.
Hey!
I now have fresh new glasses to wear out until the end of time.
Let's go!
So how about your week?
Pain. Again. And lots of it.
Oh dear.
Not been the best of weeks, I can't lie. It's just... I've been drained, I've been in a lot of pain. Is there light at the end of this tunnel soon? I flippin' hope so.
I'm hoping it will be, because pain
Yeah.
shouldn't last for that long.
Because at this point, I can even feel it in my content. Like, I am nowhere near as energetic as I was before this.
Yeah, if you are feeling like you need some time to take a break, I can always do like filler videos or something, or we'll do like really simple videos for the week, or just one. Okay.
It may come to that, but if it does, I will be sure to let you know.
Well, yeah, come on, it's a double team, it's a tag team. We're both in this channel together, despite it being your name on the thing.
Totally true.
You might be
Yeah, hopefully I can be back to my old self soon enough. But right now, I just don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so not been the best of weeks, to be honest. A fair bit of pain. Truth has to be told there. Very, very exhausted, frankly, because, well, actually, in 2 days' time, this will have been going on for 4 months.
Please don't make it like the last time where you had a test and it was like, oh, hey, you should have come in earlier.
I can't. Okay, I can't promise that happening. I can't promise that. But I think if it was another one of those situations, I wouldn't have been recording for a while now.
If that's another one of those situations, you're streaming from the hospital.
Yeah. But honestly, if I was in that situation again, I would have probably asked you to temporarily take over the channel a while ago.
True, and then our subscriber count would have gone down immensely.
No. I think you mean up.
No, it's your channel.
Have you seen how well your videos do?
They get some view. Again, people tune in for you, good sir.
And you as well. Like, you got to give yourself some credit there.
It's fine.
Haha. Anyway, shall we move on to this week's motorsport section?
Yes, of course.
Right. Well, I've got 2 bits of news this week. Neither of them particularly brilliant, unfortunately. Well, this week was the Festival of Speed at Goodwood. And well, I've got to be honest, the coverage of it was a bit lacking, really. Like, TV coverage on Thursday and Friday, there isn't any. They don't cover the Thursday and Friday days of it. Yesterday, they had to cancel the event of yesterday altogether because there was extreme gale force winds, which frankly, yeah, fair enough. A lot of the massive towers for lights and stuff were being blown about, and obviously the cars as well would have gone all over the place. So yesterday it was a very wise decision to cancel yesterday's events. However, that did only leave us with today. It was the final hill climb shootout. See who was the fastest one there this weekend. However, it was a 2-hour program, right?
Right.
The hill climb shootout was 15 minutes.
What?
Yeah. If you were watching on the telly, you only saw 15 minutes of cars from this whole weekend.
How the hell does that work?
I don't know. Granted, there were a couple of there was a fair few really good cars out there. You had multiple Porsche 911s, like, seriously, I think they had like 4 of them. You had, what else did they have? They had James Hunt's 1976 McLaren, which was really cool to see. Along with another McLaren, the McLaren Solus GT. Now, this car was the fastest throughout the weekend, going, and I think it was 45 seconds, 45.3 seconds. That was pretty good. But this car has a really cool background to it. It was actually a concept car made completely for, I think it was Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation. And then McLaren said, okay, you know what? Let's see how well it looks and how well it goes in the real world. And it's fast. It's really, really, really fast. Like, to give you a rough idea of how quick that car is, that 45.3 seconds that it took to get across the Goodwood hill climb,
Yeah.
that particular sprint is 1.6 miles long. So that car covered 1.5 miles in 45 seconds.
You know, because why not?
That translates to roughly, by my calculations, give me a second, correct me if I'm wrong as well,
I failed
I think
maths.
that's 150 miles per hour.
Anybody listening either now or later knows, please just let us know, because we're both bad at maths.
Incredibly bad, yeah. It is not good. But yeah, the car was very damn quick. It did not beat last year's all-time record set by the McMurtry Feeling, driven by Max Chilton. However, there was something released about that car from this weekend. They have now launched the road car that I did mention a couple of weeks ago. So the road car, well, actually, no, it's called the track car, but it's the production car, has now been released. And according to Max Chilton, it's actually faster than the one he drove at Goodwood last year,
Oh my.
which covered that 1.6 mile sprint in 39 seconds. So it's that car is incredibly fast. Do I expect to see it in Forza Motorsport? I would be very surprised if it isn't, because Jesus. Actually, speaking about Forza Motorsport, there is another Forza Monthly tomorrow, which is going to be discussing the new Forza Horizon 5 Summer Party update, which is coming out, I think, on Thursday. And I believe the Forza Motorsport section of that stream is going to be focusing on the AI in Forza Motorsport 2023, which is going to be pretty cool to see. Because I know the AI in this game are going to be a lot more advanced than in Forza Horizon 5. Like, they're going to actually learn your driving style to kind of get around you.
Oh, so it has self-learning AI. That's going to be interesting to.
That's what I was thinking. I just couldn't think of the words. Yeah, it's going to have self-learning AI, which is pretty damn cool.
It is, because you have a lot of You have a lot of possibilities with the self-learning stuff. Is if they start learning how you play, you start getting screwed.
Exactly, yeah.
Which makes you have to learn every mechanic in order to get around it.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, so there's that. But there's also another bit of motorsport news from this week, which is also slightly frustrating for some people, and that is the fact that tonight's IndyCar race at Toronto is going to be streaming only
Oh damn!
on NBC's Peacock streaming service.
Oh dear, do you know why?
No. All I know is it's going to be streaming. It's not going to be televised.
Sure, that's odd.
Yeah, that has caused a little bit of controversy because Toronto, I've never seen it, but it is apparently a very popular IndyCar race. It always produces good racing, and it's going to be streaming only. Which is probably not going to do the viewing numbers much good. Well, no, actually, having it streaming only is going to be terrible for the viewing numbers. Because just think about how big of an audience won't be streaming. Because they can't.
That's very true.
Like, be it that they can't afford it or know how to use the technology. Like, they're really kind of shooting themselves in the foot here a little bit, in my opinion.
A little bit, because they're like shrinking their audience. Because if you can't reach that service,
Yeah, like, the best way to have done it would be have it to be on streaming services and televised on NBC itself.
yeah.
So hopefully they'll learn from this. If it goes as I'm expecting it, not well.
But if it goes well, then we've got to find out why.
Yeah, and how?
And then we use that for the streams.
Yep. So yeah, that's a bit of a weird one from this week. I believe Alex Palou has qualified in pole position again, so I think this is his fourth pole position in a row. So good luck to Alex Palou at least. But yeah, bit of a weird decision there from NBC. Not quite sure what the thinking is behind it, but see how it goes, I suppose.
I mean, if it works, then good on them, and sorry for doubting them. But it doesn't seem like a viable strategy, in my opinion.
Not really, not while traditional television is still so prevalent.
Traditional television is still quite prevalent because people want to see stuff on bigger screens, and the only way of
Yeah.
getting around having a bigger screen is to either buy a bigger screen that you can connect to your computer, which, case in point, the desk I'm working at has a monitor that is about the size of a flat screen, like a small flat screen.
Gee.
Not mine, it's my brother's. So
Yeah.
he really needed a bigger screen for some reason.
Hell, even Disney has realized this because I saw something earlier on. I can't remember where it's premiere. No, ABC. Yeah, I think it's ABC. But at some point soon, the Disney Plus streaming show Miss Marvel will appear on ABC for the first ever time.
Yeah.
So even Disney's starting to televise some of their originally streaming shows, which is kind of insane. However, that leads me very, very smoothly into this week's entertainment section. And boy, howdy, have I got a conundrum.
Yeah.
Of course, this week, the WGA strike, the Writers Guild of America, was joined by the Screen Actors Guild. And that has brought in a ton of rules pertaining to the strike. And frankly, I don't know where my predictions and overviews videos sit in those rules.
Yeah.
Because I tried Googling this earlier, but Google was no help. the only articles
much.
the only articles I was seeing was pertaining to what Screen Actors Guild members could do with online content creation during the strike. But no guidance for what someone who's only a content creator could do.
Yeah.
And because I don't know where I fit, because I'm not monetized. I'm not even close to monetization. And I'm not a part of the Screen Actors Guild. I don't work for Hollywood in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But I do talk about these projects, such as the Marvel show, Star Wars, Star Trek. So I don't know where I fit in.
It's the issue of, despite the fact that we are a small channel, at some point it might get bigger, and with that we've got to think of what sort of stuff are we wanting to like promote, and what we will stick with and what we won't. So it's a case of it's a hard one, really, because unfortunately I have to think from a journalistic perspective, and as a journalist you're supposed to be unbiased about it. So with the situation going on, you have to be unbiased with what's going on and just get your job done.
But if my job goes against the rules of the strike, because the last thing I want to do here is undermine the strike.
In that case, I would say if you are strong with the strike, or if you are supporting the strike, then until that stops, we should not do that content for a little bit, just so we're with the people. But
yeah.
That's just from the perspective of content creator. If needed, we can replace that with reporting on how the strikes are doing, if we can find out any information, so that we can it's more of like a journalism sort of thing, because we are also technically freelance, like unpaid freelance journalists. Freelance is a very loose term anyway, because anyone can
be
so
yeah,
we can
just
go into my perspective instead for a bit.
Yeah, I've been struggling with this because I've been thinking, like, on the one hand, this is like half my week's worth of videos, but on the other hand, I absolutely do not want to undermine this strike, because I actually do know what this strike is about.
Yeah.
Basically, well, this actually comes back to AI. I can't. Yeah. I can't remember, but I don't know who this is, but somebody wants studios to be able to scan extras and own their likeness for eternity, but only pay them for that one day where they're being scanned.
Nope.
So, like, they get paid for one day, but their likenesses could be used in an infinite amount of projects, but they would never get paid for them.
No, that's
which is all kinds of morally wrong, and has kind of been exemplified by something in the past, and it is Power Rangers, actually. Because in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the character of Zordon was played by an actor called David Fielding, and he was only in the studio for one day, and the exact same footage of him was used all the way from Mighty Morphin until halfway through Turbo, when he disappeared. And then at the end of In Space. But he was only paid for that one day.
This reminds me of like, sorry if I'm moving a bit, I just accidentally dropped some stuff. It reminds me of the voice actress for the original Snow White, because then Disney did a bit of an oopsie, which was they made a contract for the woman who did the voice, but that contract stipulated that she was only allowed to work for them and only allowed to do that one role, and she was never able to work anywhere else.
Oh, yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, it reminds me of that, this situation.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, to put that in perspective, David Fielding's likeness for Zordon was used from 1993 to 1998, and he only got paid for 1 day of work. Yeah. That's really bad, and that's basically what would be happening now with this. So I can absolutely understand why the Writers and Actors Guilds of America are now striking. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I will scrap the overviews and predictions from now, but when the strike is over, I will probably give my thoughts on every show that's come out since then. So, like, I'll talk about my thoughts on the final 2 episodes of Secret Invasion, as well as, if it gets that far, Ahsoka. Think that's a good idea?
Yeah, that honestly sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, so once the strike's over, I will give my thoughts on Secret Invasion, potentially Star Trek Strange New Worlds if it gets that far as well, and even if it gets this far, Ahsoka. I don't know how long the strike's going to go for, I really don't. Hopefully not too long, because hopefully the morality side of this can come in soon. Because, yeah, this whole plan to have, extras be able to be used for life without getting paid, really, seems incredibly wrong. Like, illegal, definitely, and just morally wrong, really.
Yeah, no, I'd say we just stick because we're sticking to the guns of we support them, so we're just not going to do what they want and report on the stuff that what the other people want, which is keeping up with the shows.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that decision made. That was quicker than I was expecting, because I really didn't know what to do with this.
Again, as much as I have like journalism experience, there's always going to be bias and stuff. So
yeah,
as long as you remain impartial to bits and pieces, you can still have your opinion, mind you, but as long as we're mainly impartial, we're alright.
Yeah, but what we can both agree on is that this, like, the whole thing of the extras being paid for only 1 day is very wrong. But yeah, I do actually have a little bit of other entertainment news to discuss today.
You're an entertaining fellow, so of course you do.
And it's actually about something that I talked about last week as well. With Halo, the Master Chief Collection, with what they're calling the dig site crew, because they're literally digging up old files and re-implementing them into Halo Master Chief Collection. Because last week they did a load of stuff from Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, but only a few days ago they announced more stuff they're planning to throw in. And I will go on smallest to biggest thing, because there's one thing in here which is huge. Which are, we have more maps, weapons, vehicles, which is pretty cool. We have early Halo 4 Promethean Knights, so those are the Forerunner Knights from Halo 4, so they'll be added into multiplayer. We'll have Halo 3's Guardian Sentinels, which I think is going to be very interesting to see. Now, the biggest thing of the lot, the E3 2003 demo for Halo 2. They are adding the whole Halo 2 demo from E3 to this game.
No way.
Yep. Which is making me wonder, what are they going to add next?
Hopefully more.
Could we see the demos for the other games?
I mean, you could do. Never know.
The main thing I want to see right now is more unused content from Halo Reach, because no doubt there is some. So I just want to see what didn't make it to that game.
Your hopes and dreams, apparently.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, the fact they're adding in the Halo 2 demo, which is probably by far the most popular Halo game, is big.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, as I was only 1.5 by that point, I don't know what was included in that demo.
Come on, you were already born. Of course you should know.
Yeah, sure.
Come on, that doesn't stop you. You're an epic gamer since the moment you left the womb and then had to have an operation and then,
I
you
will
know,
give you that.
the casual stuff in life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of honestly everything from me today.
Damn, though.
Yeah, quicker than I expected, I know. Is there anything you'd like to talk about today?
The thing is, I'm not too sure because there's like loads of things I could talk about that have absolutely no relevance in the slightest. But at the same time, there's also random bits and pieces. Like I could.
Okay, do you want to shoot some of them off?
Firstly, I'm kind of excited because I get my graduation's like not next week, the week after.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, so I don't know what my gown's going to be like because different unis have like slightly different colors.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Brighton's going to be.
But we'll have to wait and see.
True. Plus, it's going to be a really long day as well, specifically
Oh,
me.
yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because we're not staying over.
Oh.
It is going to be, it's 5 hours to drive there. My ceremony's at like 3:15 in the afternoon.
Oh.
And then after the ceremony, I go home for the 5 hours.
Ooh.
Fun time. I'm exhausted, as will my dad.
I bet, yeah. Oof.
It's all in good fun because I've got to do it all over again once the Masters happens.
Oh, yeah.
On the plus side, there are some really nice bakeries out there, so I at least will not starve.
Good. Right. Sorry to do this. I think I'm gonna have to get going because my shot's hurting.
Oh, damn, yeah. No, that's okay. This is a short one, and the thing is, your health's more important.
Yeah, alright. Thanks for joining us today, guys. If you've liked this stream, please like it and subscribe to Roxanne's channel. Her links in the description. And, of course, my sub buttons below the video title, at which point, if you click the video title, you'll head into the description. Then you'll see my link tree, which contains my social medias, as well as Roxanne's website and her YouTube. And, of course, please share this video with all your friends. They can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around the loop. And that'll be it for today's video. Well, stream, unless...
Drink water, because that's supposed to be good for you.
Yeah, that's something I'll definitely be doing. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, right. I'll see you tomorrow with another video, which I'm going to be recording fairly soon, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But, bye, people.